This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. It's the 11th of April. 1 week to go till the IRS starts breathing down your neck for not doing your taxes. Although they'll tell you they're almost a year behind, but you better not be. Joining me on the phone lines this morning, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and Just Shipped. It's Galen. You know, Galen, now I know a guy like you with all the planning and preparation and all, your taxes have been done. Where's Galen? There he is. Your taxes have been done already, correct?
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you?
I'm good. I got my taxes still to do, but I got a week left. It's not like Christmas shopping. It kind of is. You do it. I wait to the last minute, but it's tax week. Tax week. You know who the people that always do their taxes right at the deadline are? People who owe money, not people who are getting money back.
Yeah. As I've always said, I'd like to not owe the government anything, and I don't like them to owe me anything. So, I think this year I was inside of $100, and that's good.
So I'm going to read a text I got yesterday at 3:19 p.m. Yesterday at 3:19 p.m., Scotty Scheffler, your Masters winner, he didn't shank it. He just left a ball that was short and left on number 2. Or number 3. It was number 2 or 3. I think it was 3.
Yeah.
And a guy sends me a text, says, Scotty is done. And then Scheffler chips in from off the green. And if the flag stick hadn't have been there, it would have been off the other side of the green. I'll give the guy that. But he chips in from off the green. And the next text goes, wow, flag stick saved him. And he goes on to win the Masters. By the way, if Cam Smith hadn't had some sort of hiccup, 2 of my 3 picks would have finished 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But the pick that I told you would win, the guy when you said who's going to win,
you sure did.
I said Scotty Scheffler. I went out on a limb there and picked the number 1 player in the world.
You know what's amazing is the start of his round. 5 of his first 7 shots were pretty terrible.
They were garbage. You could tell the nerves were eating him up. Yeah,
and then I really believe that shot, and again, what was it on, 4?
3.
Right?
It was on 3.
3. If that ball doesn't hit the pin and go in,
it's gone.
It's not on the green.
No.
Right? I mean, it's gone, and now we're looking at a double, maybe a triple bogey, and it brings the whole field into play. And I kept thinking, I'm like, is Rory McIlroy going to win this thing?
And by the way, Scotty Scheffler played solid 71, but the field came to him. Cam Smith at one time was 8 under, only 1 stroke back. And then he got to number 12, and Jordan Spieth did on number 12.
Well, he was just sketchy after that. I mean, he was making some good shots, and then I think he was trying to press. And you know this, that if you press at Augusta, you're going to lose.
Yes.
You look at and that's why I think the round that Rory put together, if he wins Augusta yesterday, it's the greatest round of golf in the history of the world. If he wins. It
was a great round of golf regardless. But you're right. If he wins with that round of golf, the golf world today is talking about it may have been the best round of golf they've ever seen.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, and he was a pleasure to watch because it wasn't easy for him. Right, he had a couple of chip-ins. He was making putts, and I really thought he had a shot with the last 3 holes down by 3. And I'm like, if he can close this to 1, maybe 2 strokes, and get in the clubhouse and just post that number, and really put some pressure on Scotty, then we got a chance. But couldn't do it. And then Scheffler really just calmed down. And the back half, 15, he played very smart, made an incredible shot into the green there. And Amen Corner, he played very, very, very well, and that he won the golf tournament and earned it. He earned it. You can't say he ran and hit.
You could tell,
earned
though.
that.
You could tell, and don't get me wrong, he won it with the putt on 18, the little short one. But you knew in 18 it was a good thing he had that cushion because the emotions and the nerves and everything were getting to him by the time he got to 18. Because he didn't play 18 well at all.
No, and that's okay, right? I've always said that. It's you don't want to pull a John Veldman.
You don't want to pull a Phil
Not
Mickelson
John
at the
Veldman.
U.S. Yeah, it was
Not Villeneuve is a
no,
F1
it's
driver.
Valdevarama or something like that. You know,
something like that. And the
guy that
who
went
had
in-
a 4-stroke lead.
and went in with no shoes on in the creek.
Hmm.
Van de Velde, that's his name. Van de Velde.
Vanderbilt. There you go. And again,
Or you don't want to pull a
no.
Mickelson at the U.S. Open that
No.
can't get over a scoreboard.
Well, and Phil's was a pure ego. His ego cost.
You know who cost him that? You know who cost him that U.S. Open? Bones.
Yeah, he didn't step in and stop.
There's no way that Phil's ego is going to say he's going to try to make that shot. You do exactly in that position. You do exactly what Cheech Marin did to Kevin Costner in 10 Cup. Oh, you want the 3-wood? Snap. Oh, well, you don't have a 3-wood. Snap. Looks like I'm going with the 7-iron.
Yeah. Well, and again, I thought, and I don't watch the main broadcast. I watch it on ESPN Plus, and and that's what their commentators are saying about what a great job the pair was doing, and you could see that they were working together, and there was a lot of trust. And, Scotty Scheffler wins the Masters.
He's won 4 of his last 6 golf
Not
tournaments.
bad.
And by the way,
Pretty good run.
By the way,
What a
in the
pretty good
last 58 days, he's won 4 golf tournaments.
Not a bad run.
After being his first 3 years on tour, not winning a golf tournament.
He just his short game's gotten a lot better.
Something happened. The switch clicked somewhere. And because he's winning, not only has he won 4 times in the last 60 days, but he's won on 4 different golf courses in 4 different setups. His game, except for not being able – okay, can we just go ahead and say, Scotty, stop trying. Just stop trying to draw the ball. It's horrendous the way – it's terrible. Can we just tell him to stop?
Usually to win the Masters, you have to be able to drive the ball well, and he can't say that. But neither was Rory. Rory wasn't driving the ball particularly well. But
Scheffler just never put himself in bad shape more than one shot. He never had 2 shots where he goes, "Oh God, I did it again."
well,
he never had that situation.
On 3 wasn't good. 3 was not a.
No,
good
he got
hole
lucky.
for him
He
at
got
all.
very lucky on 3.
Again, 5 of his first 7 shots were garbage.
Right.
Absolute garbage.
But I was really looking forward to if Cam Smith doesn't just throw his round away on the last 3 holes. I was really looking forward to coming in and saying, Galen, not only did I get the first guy, I got the second guy too.
He just fell apart down
He
the
did.
stretch,
He just
and
collapsed.
That's what Augusta does. Yeah, but if you look like I was like, okay, can Colin Morikawa do anything? No.
Nope.
Yeah, and again, it's without Rory, that's a pretty boring final round.
Yeah, it was just We got to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk to you about something I saw at the Masters this week that I think tells you a lot about. Everybody says that the new stars of the game and everything, that golf's in good shape. I'm not so sure. I mean, golf's in pretty good shape, but I'm not so sure star-wise that TV and the sponsors think it's as good a shape as the PGA wants you to think. Plus, we'll talk about Rob Manfred, how he insulted the intelligence of all the Major League Baseball players on opening day or Friday. We'll talk about that with Galen Unoff from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and JustShip.net. We'll be right back. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, Galen, from Life South joins us. He does every day. Brought to you by the good folks at JustShip.net, Penn Flooring, and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Galen, when I go look at the final leaderboard for the Masters, I see the guy that finished in 47th place, only 3 spots from the bottom, is a guy that shot 13 over. He was 6 over on the day.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you look at Rory McIlroy. You look at, the game, the round he had. You go look at Will Zalatoris, who shot 5 under on the day. Colin Morikawa, who shot 5 under on the day. Scotty Scheffler ranked number 1 in the world. He got plenty of TV time. Rory got good TV time. But Colin Morikawa and Will Zalatoris, although they got TV time, they did not get near as much TV time as the guy that shot +6 and finished at 13 over. And I know that why he got the TV time because of who he is, but they want to tell me that the stars of today are good enough TV draws. If that was the case, we should have never saw, except for a few glimpses of the +6 guy, because that's how TV does. TV goes away from guys who aren't competing for the title, except for one guy. And it's because he still, even at +6, finished 13 over, 47th place. He still turns the dial more than any of these young stars, whether the PGA Tour wants to admit it or not, and that's Eldrick Tiger Woods. He's 46. His game's past him. He was having a terrible final round, and he got almost as much tee time as Scotty Scheffler, your Masters winner.
Yeah, I just think that's a really, really unfair statement to everybody else. I mean, it's Tiger Woods. Let me give you an example. If Michael Jordan said, hey, I'm going to play one game, right? I'm going to go up and I'm going to play for the team I own, the Charlotte Hornets. Everybody in the world would watch it, knowing this 55-year-old guy is going to be terrible. But we would hope like heck that he would have some magic left in his shoes.
We got to see that. We got to see that Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
that's my point, right? I mean, and he was in contention Thursday and Friday, right? And then you could just tell he got really tired, and that limp got worse and worse as the round went on.
Much more pronounced.
And,
Much more pronounced.
And again, when you get tired, your everything changes about your swing, and you could just tell he was just off. And then he started missing putts because he was tired, and his concentration wasn't there. But he's Tiger Woods, the two greatest pitchmen in the history of the world. And I'll say men because Jesus was pretty good at it, but he was a god. But you look at Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan. Nobody grew their game more than those two individuals, and Tiger probably grew at golf tenfold than compared to what Jordan did to basketball. Right? So we're not talking about golf like this if it weren't for Tiger. So to try to compare any of these young guys to Tiger Woods is just unfair.
No, I understand that, but TV always they have a pattern of how they do things.
They're going to follow the story.
They show you
right?
they show you the
Tiger.
Well, and that's my point. Is the story is Tiger, and anytime he plays the story is going to be Tiger. Golf needs to understand. Golf seems to think these young stars are the story now. Well, no, they're not. If Eldrick Tiger Woods is playing, no matter how bad he's playing.
Tiger, the spotlight, no matter this. And by the way, this has been this way for his entire career.
Yeah, when he was an amateur at the Masters. I remember some of the pros got mad when he was the amateur at the Masters and they showed so much of him on TV. So the next year he just came out and said, well, I'm not an amateur now. Now they have to show me on TV. And he just won the thing going away.
Yeah. And again, you can't, it's just an unfair comparison. It just is. I don't think.
But the PGA Tour is trying to make that comparison, and they just can't.
No, but again, Tiger Woods is a generational, maybe millennial type individual. He just is.
Yeah.
He came at a time and completely revolutionized golf. And to compare anybody to Tiger is sad, and I don't think you should do it.
Unless his name is the pudgy boy from Ohio. I think you can make a comparison with him.
Well, Jack is the greatest of all time, but he was not a good pitchman. He didn't sell a lot of products. Tiger Woods moved products.
And
Tiger made golf cool. Nobody could say that Jack made golf. Jack didn't make golf cool.
No, Johnny Miller made golf cool to that generation.
No,
with his long hair and his dressing the way.
I was playing golf at that time, right? Actively.
No, you weren't.
As a junior.
No, you were not.
Yes,
Johnny Miller was done by about 77, 78.
Well, I started playing golf when I was 4 in 1974. I played in my first tournament when I was 5. Johnny
Miller was the pitch man. He was in the magazines and he was doing all the clothing advertisements
I get
and everything.
But nobody,
Jack was not.
But as a kid, and again, I played golf pretty competitively until I was about 11. No kid dressed like anybody on TV until Tiger came along.
No, because kids played golf, but it wasn't something you ran home and watched unless it was a major championship. It wasn't something you ran home and watched.
I watched the heck out of golf when I was growing up.
Yeah, but you were a nerd with no friends. Let's be honest.
And then again, Mike Sullivan was on the tour and he was my golf coach and all that.
So let's be honest. I mean,
but my point is, Tiger Woods made golf cool.
Yes. He made golf. He brought golf to the masses. It wasn't just the Biffs and Buffies anymore. Tiger Woods made it where guys named Carl could watch golf.
Nobody was wearing a golf shirt to work.
No.
Before Tiger.
Nobody was wearing a golf shirt to church on Sunday before Tiger.
That's right. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. That's my point.
Without a doubt. And they were playing for $300,000 winning purse instead of $4 million winning purse.
I don't think that matters. I don't know anybody who watches it thinking, oh wow, this guy's going to get X dollars.
No,
I
the
don't
players,
think that's very
the
much
players
a-
like,
Well, of course they
for all
do.
that they, when Tiger first come out, and they all had the little snarkiness about him and everything. Then the prize purses started going up, and then the players were like, all right, we'll leave this kid alone because the money's getting better.
Sure. Well, and again, that's why you can't blame Colin Morikawa for following a legend.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
So
he's on the Mount Rushmore of golf.
oh yeah, without
There
a
is
doubt.
no doubt
Without a
about
doubt.
it.
Without a doubt.
And he's probably in the top 2. And I don't care what criteria you're putting in there. He's in the top 2 of everything.
Oh, the Mount Rushmore golf for me is an easy pick. I know that some people might not, but it's old Tom Morris, Bobby Jones, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods.
So you don't have Arnie on there.
No.
That's interesting.
Well, Arnie got caught up that Jack was better than he was.
Yeah.
Old Tom
I
Morris
mean,
invented the game. You can't not have him on there. And
Sure
Bobby
you can.
Jones brought the game to America.
You don't have Neesmith on the basketball.
Yeah, but old Tom
Mount
Morris,
Rushmore.
not only did he invent the game, he was the best at it for a long time. And young Tom Morris wasn't
disagree
bad
with that.
either.
I'll disagree with that.
So, but now if you do, I'm just saying that's mine. You could have Arnie on yours if you want him. But I don't think you argue with Bobby Jones, Jack Nicklaus, or Tiger Woods.
I do like that 3. The 4th one we could have a conversation about. I don't know if it's Arnie.
And
either.
isn't that most Mount Rushmores? The 4th one's always the one you could have a discussion about.
Oh, absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
You got
But
3,
again-
and then that 4th one's the one you got to have a discussion about.
And again, I enjoyed watching Tiger, and then at the end, the last 3 holes was such a struggle.
Yeah.
You just want. I'm like, is he going to withdraw now? He hit one shot left-handed. I mean, it was just a struggle.
Well, he says
He
he's definitely playing in the Open Championship in July.
Correct.
And he probably is. He says he's probably leaning towards the PGA next month.
Right.
So, made no. June for the Open Championship, and he's made no commitment about the U.S. Open. But I mean,
Correct.
4 majors in 4 months, one a month, and if he doesn't play any other golf, but he just practices, and now, I don't know. I mean, that ankle, is it going to get better or worse with use?
That's the question, isn't it? We don't know that.
I don't think he
but
knows it.
Thursday he looked fresh. Sunday he looked completely depleted.
Yesterday he looked like he was an older gentleman that had no giddy up in his gait. Is what he looked like.
He looked like me going around there.
Or me. It was not good. It was not good. He looked like he was injured or crippled or needed the little blue flag so he could park next to the green. And he didn't look like he should be walking. He looked like he should have had a cart.
And I talked about it on that the long hitters were really going to have an advantage on this course.
How'd DeChambeau do?
No, sir. Larry Mize had a better round.
DeChambeau 13 over, out after 2 rounds.
And Larry Mize had outplayed him, and his driving average was 150 yards behind him.
Yep.
I read that. That was like, wow. Now that's a stat.
Yep.
Bryson DeChambeau outdrove him by 150 yards.
And got beat by 4 strokes by him.
Correct. And I mean, that's a 7-iron for Larry Mize.
That is. Hey,
And
we got.
by the way, Bryson DeChambeau, I'm kind of sick of.
We got to take a break. I've been sick of him. We got to take a break. We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
From the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Continues to frustrate law enforcement and lawmakers that claim immigration is broken. Washington begins the fight on whether Title 42 should stay or go this week. White House spokesperson Jen Psaki on Fox News puts the border crisis on Congress.
Republicans of any flavor who want to work with us on that, we'd love to do that. That's why the president put forward a plan, an immigration reform plan, on his first day in office. I can't make a prediction of where Congress is going to vote, but what is important right now is they are using this to hold hostage funding for COVID.
It's tax season, and millions of Americans still need to file their returns with the Internal Revenue Service. Tax day this year is April 18th, but the taxpayers can request an extension until October 17th. By pushing back the filing date if you're not prepared, you can avoid a failure to file penalty, which is an extra 5% per month on the unpaid amount. USA Radio News.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest. Sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly. All for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant, a true New York-style diner in Ocala. Try our breakfast special of 2 eggs served with home fries or hash browns and toast for just $4.49. We have an all-you-can-eat catfish special daily for $14.99, and Thursday through Sunday we have prime rib. Happy hour for food starts at 2 p.m. The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant is located at 5400 Southwest College Road in the Heathbrook Commons Plaza. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. We will see you soon.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Blockers Furniture is having a truckload sale. Right now, you can save 20% on sofas and love seats when you mention radio. Blockers' 80,000 square foot showroom is home to the largest in-stock selection of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, unique furniture accents, outdoor furniture, and more. That means you can take your furniture home that same day or have it delivered. Check out the Blockers Sleep Gallery, too. They carry a huge selection of mattresses, including all the name brands you love. Blockers Furniture truckload sale. 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala, next to Hobby Lobby. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. I'm so proud to be an advocate for the over 65,000 veterans here in North Central Florida. The new Ocala VA clinic is now open, providing important primary care and specialty services. If you're a veteran in the Ocala area, thank you for your service. Feel free to get in touch with our team by visiting us online at camac.house.gov. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the WOCA studios, located just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. I'm joined on this wonderful Monday, as I am every day, by Galen Unoff from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and JustShip.net. Galen, Saturday I was playing in the Ocala Men's Golf Association tournament, the first one I played since March of last year, by the way, because of that pesky back surgery thing. But I was on the I was about 13 holes in when my alerts came across my phone that said Dwayne Haskins had died. And I thought, Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State, he's, 23, 24? He's still in the NFL. Wonder what happened. And now we've come out that he was walking on I-595 down in Broward County between the exits for I-95 North, I-95 South. He tried to cross the westbound lanes of I-595. He was struck by a dump truck. The driver did stay at the scene and has cooperated with authorities. And the one thing that's still a mystery yet is Florida State Highway Patrol says they have no idea what he was doing on the highway or why he was trying to cross the highway. You know, I know this happens a lot down there in South Florida with people trying to cross the highway. You hear, pedestrians 5-6 times a year this happens to. This is just a really, really tragic story of a guy who, from every indication, was going to get a real shot against Mitch Trubisky for the starting job in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, I've driven on 595. Why in the world anybody would think that you could cross that?
I don't care how fast you are. I don't care how fast you are.
You know, and that dump truck probably hit him going at least 65, at least 60. And it's just weird, right? I saw the same thing, and I'm like, wow, this guy had his whole life in front of him. Never really got a fair shot in Washington, and he was going to get a good shot in Pittsburgh, and he had just that day he was throwing with Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, they had been. That morning they were throwing.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of other of his former teammates there and current NFL players, and now it's all. So it's like, what was he doing on the street? And again, the rest after that is just speculation. I know he put out some pretty about how saying it is what it is, but I don't know. I don't know. You know, but mental illness is a real thing, and I who knows? But it makes no sense. I think we can agree with that. I guess the takeaway is don't try to cross the street at 595. There is no crosswalk.
There is no crosswalks. And the first thought I had was he was crossing the expressway in Broward County. Was he on 95? Then when they said he was on 595, I go, what the hell would anybody want to try to cross 595?
Yeah, but what I don't understand is where you're going.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing on the other side of the street that's not on the other side.
And he was at the I-95 exit, so it wasn't like he was at a side street exit. You know what I mean? He was at the exits. He was in between the exits to the interstate, the other interstate.
I don't know. They haven't mentioned, like, where his car was, did the car break. There's no other information, which means they're investigating something. That's the thing,
well, yeah,
you
it's
know?
an ongoing investigation. They're not releasing anything, of course. And, knowing that area and everything the way I do, I've been to Hollywood numerous times, to the casino down there and everything. That's just the only other area if I had to tell you about that you could compare it to for folks in this area is if you've ever driven to Atlanta 285.
Yeah, but it's more lanes.
Right. No,
right?
595, 285 is 6 lanes each way.
Correct.
595 is only 4 lanes each way. You're right about that.
But anybody who's going to cross 4 lanes, why? What are you trying to do? I don't know. I don't. And again, I don't know what a good outcome for this would be. Maybe he saw a dog or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but and by the way, he got hit by one of the vehicles that would be traveling the slowest on 595.
Yeah, but it also weighs
right.
6 tons.
No, I understand that. But for that reason, it was probably only going 65, 68 miles an hour. Usually, like you said when you started this conversation, usually on 595, if you're not doing 80 miles an hour, you could be in harm's way.
Correct.
80, 85 sometimes, you're in harm's way. And that's where it really starts feeling like 285 in Atlanta. Because 285 in Atlanta, 80, 85, the posted speed limit 65, but that's a suggestion in Atlanta. A cop will pull you over if you're doing 65 and write you a ticket.
You're not allowed to be in the left lane.
Yeah, write you a ticket for causing a hazard on the interstate.
Well, the left lane is only for passing in the state of Georgia.
Well, it is in the state of Florida too. It's just not ticketed in the state of Florida like it is in Georgia. If you're in the left lane in Georgia just cruising, they will pull you over. They have no problem with pulling you over. None.
Get rid of all these Canadians.
None. So just a sad story, and because it's so hush-hush right now, people don't know, and they're going to have to come up. By the way, even though it's an ongoing investigation and the family's involved and all, they're going to have to come up with a viable reason within a couple days, because we know if they don't, the media will invent a reason. You know how the media is. The media will invent
speculation.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
And the speculation will become the truth.
Sure.
And so they got to do just for his legacy. They got to come up with some reason why it happened.
Unbelievable.
Just was a terrible, terrible story. Another terrible story, and I had to get your opinion on this. It's out of it is out of Lithonia, Georgia, which is a suburb of Atlanta.
Sure.
There was an unsanctioned what do they call it? They call it an unsanctioned AAU basketball tournament. I don't know what do they mean when they say unsanctioned AAU. Then it's not an AAU basketball tournament. So why?
Right, it's just
I don't understand.
There's a lot of these tournaments, they're circuits, just because AAU is a brand, right?
Because it was all AAU teams playing in this tournament, but it was not a sanctioned AAU tournament.
I played for what you would call an AAU team, but we weren't sanctioned by AAU.
Okay. Well, it was last Sunday at Stronghold Christian Church in Lithonia, Georgia. A referee, and you and I are well documented on what we think of referees, but this was just ridiculous. He was attacked by a group of players. He ended up with 30 stitches in his head. It's always videotaped. There were 7 kids piling on this guy, kicking him in the face, punching him. 3 referees standing within 10 feet of him. None of the other 3 referees went anywhere near this altercation to try to step in and help this guy. I understand that, you got to think of your safety and all, but these were teenagers between the ages of 15 and 17. I know some of them could be pretty big kids and all, but where are the other adults stepping in before this guy ends up getting kicked and beaten so bad that he needs 30 stitches?
Yeah, I think you've nailed it. I mean, where are the coaches? Where are I can't really blame the other referees for not getting involved. I saw the video. Those are high school kids. Those are some big kids.
And the kids just start. Well, as soon as the final horn blows, the 5 or 6 of them start right at a hot step right towards that referee. So where the coaches say, "Well, what do you got?" To me, it looked like the coaches knew what was fixing to happen. That they might, because they didn't even leave the sideline. They just let the kids go.
I didn't like it. And again, I know there are some parents involved too.
And because it's unsanctioned, can the AAU step in and discipline this team at all?
No, because it's unsanctioned. What will happen is this video has already gone around. I had 3 different people who, I used to coach with send it to me, and this team will be banned from all tournaments. AAU is just a term, but there's all kinds. Like, there's a Nike event, there's the EYBL, there's a bunch of these different things, and I'm shocked that no parents got involved. That's the part that bothers me.
Well, it just when you watch the video, it goes in the story I read. It goes, here's the video of the incident, and we don't necessarily advise that you watch it. That's how bad the news article, the news outlet thought this video was. And when you watch the video, it's
video
not good.
The quality isn't great. The quality of the video isn't great.
Well, no, I got one from upstairs. It's pretty high definition.
Yeah. I mean, I got it. Yeah, it's from their cam.
Right.
It's just not good.
But it's not a good look. And the thing is,
well, what I'm surprised by is none of these kids actually had uniforms or anything.
No.
I was trying to think if I've been in that gym, because I've been in a bunch of gyms that look like this. So I don't think I have. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when you get into these tournaments, you see some crazy things, and they're not really sanctioned officials either. They're just guys who they grab to, and it can get very, very physical because they don't call a lot of fouls because it's a running clock. And I've seen things get out of control in these situations before.
Yeah,
that's usually when the coaches get involved and the parents step in. But
that didn't happen this time.
There was no adulting in this situation.
No, kid got punted. Referee got punted right in the head.
Sure did. It's sad. It's sad. And that's the kind of image that AAU basketball has. And that's unfortunate because I've been all over the Southeast playing in what you would call AAU games, and you just don't see that.
But what you're saying though is everybody this is circulated through the AAU groups.
Oh, there's no
this
doubt.
team will be the team as it was. But what's to stop these players from picking up on other teams and still being able to play?
Oh, they will. I mean, if they're any good, if they have any talent.
So this team is no more probably, but that doesn't stop the kids who did this from playing.
What you'll do, and again, nobody really seems to know the coach. Nobody really seems. This wasn't a team that was known. Like when you go to these tournaments, you see the same
team. Yeah.
Teams you see
so
them
this
all the
wasn't
time.
even a team that everybody knew.
Well, this was a very localized team. Like there are tournaments at the Big House almost every weekend with coaches who are just trying to put the team together.
At the Milk House, you said?
The Big House. The Big House down in the south of us.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's stuff. Disney does a lot of AAU tournaments at the Milk House down there on Disney property.
Yeah, they're not. Those are more EYBL. Those are much more sanctioned.
But will the AAU office in Orlando even run this across their radar?
It's not one of their tournaments. AAU is a very, very specific tournament. We've played in a couple. I don't enjoy their platform at all. One, they're very expensive. Two, no college coaches go to it, which is the point of AAU basketball, is to get noticed and to get filmed. And so that brand doesn't mean anything to me.
Wow. You know who Rob Manfred is, right?
I think we all do.
He is the commissioner of baseball. And
hold on. I got to adjust my headphones. Okay, go ahead.
He's the commissioner of baseball. Did you get those from the commissioner, by the way?
I wish. You know they were nice.
Well, of course, they were bows. They were bows. They were nice. But Rob Manfred sent a letter opening day plus a gift box to every player in the league with a note of appreciation. The note said, as we get ready to start the new season, I wanted to take a moment to send a note of appreciation. Being a major leaguer is an extraordinary accomplishment that beyond your remarkable talent shows your dedication to this great game. Along with our clubs, I'm committed to working together with all players to grow the sport. I'm excited about the opportunities that lie ahead, and by working together, I know we can bring the game to new heights. Please accept this gift as a small gesture of my appreciation for your hard work that comes with being a major leaguer and your respect for our incredible fans. Sincerely, Robert Manfred, Commissioner of Baseball. He gave him a pair of $129 Bose headphones, the wireless earbuds. Well, Wainwright, the St. Louis Cardinals pitcher, who is he's one of the union guys. he said to just put it bluntly, he doesn't do anything for us. I know how that's going to read. So Commissioner Manfred, don't take it personal. That's just how it looks from our standpoint. You don't care about us. All you care about is the guys that pay you, and that's the owners. It doesn't sound like headphones are going to clear up that chasm between the players and the commissioner. Doesn't seem like headphones are going to actually be the white flag that gets everybody on the same page.
No. I saw it and I was like, man, he's trying. He's trying. There's nothing that Rob Manfred can do to make this okay. Right? There just isn't. He could have given him an Amazon gift card. The players would have been unhappy.
He spent $129 a player.
Oh, no. He didn't spend it.
Baseball did.
Bose,
right.
No,
Bose probably gave him to him.
Bose
Yeah.
was a sponsor.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it was
that even makes it worse. That even makes it worse.
It was a promotional grab with Bose because if you have the players wearing Bose speakers while they're warming up, that's good for Bose. And Bose is a sponsor of Major League Baseball.
That even makes it worse. You're right that he didn't pay anything for them. They were given as promotional items by Bose. And I promise you, the players know that as well.
Of course they do. They're not dumb. But again, there's nothing Rob Manfred can do to win the players over.
Well, then why even try to send this letter? Because now it just looks like
a promotional thing.
Right.
This was planned before that, and somebody in a corner office of Major League Baseball said, you know what, this will be great. We'll get good publicity. It's from the marketing department, right? The marketing department's like, look, we're going to push Bose speakers. We're going to get Galen and Tom to talk about on the radio about how great Bose speakers are. Bose wins. There you go. Rob Manfred can't be fired because the owners love him. The players should hate the commissioner. That's just kind of the way it goes.
I don't know. I think the guy. I never thought there'd be a commissioner worse than Bud Selig, and then Rob Manfred showed up.
Oh, come on now! Don't set the bar too low. There's a lot of bad commissioners out there.
Is Rob Manfred the worst though? Or is that just whoever's the commissioner at the time of these leagues is thought of as the worst at the time?
Well, there are some that Pete Rozelle was considered is arguably the best of all time.
Yes. Although a lot of people will tell you Kennesaw Mountain Landis saved the game.
He's on the list. But there's been some great commissioners. I'd have to really think about the worst commissioners of all time.
Bud Selig.
I hate the one for I hate the NFL's guy. So.
Roger Goodell, he's not good. He's not good.
I can't stand him.
But Pete Rozelle gets a pass, I think, a lot because he oversaw the merger of the two leagues and the creation of the Super Bowl.
Sure. Some people think Faye Vincent's on the list, but I don't. They don't like him just because of one thing, and that's because of what he did to Pete Rose. I liked Bowie Kuhn. Bowie Kuhn was a very short term.
I thought Peter Ueberroth was not as good as everybody thought he was.
Well, he was known. He did great things for the Olympics.
Right.
I don't think he did much more than that. I think Gary Bettman for the NHL has been pretty horrible. When you look at how many strikes the NHL was on a high, and then he tried his best to destroy the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Took it from where it was starting to be watched on national television regularly to where it became a regional game on the hunting channel. Remember?
Right. Yeah. Well, remember Fox came out with their
the blue line, and the puck was being chased by the line. Whether you like that line or not, it was something that Fox was trying to do to make it watchable.
And with high-def TV, you can watch the puck now.
Now you can, yes.
But there was a long time where you couldn't.
But remember, he ended up getting hockey where they were playing their playoffs and all on the outdoor channel.
Oh, absolutely correct. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
They had their TV contract was, let me say it again, the outdoor channel.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the NBA in the 70s that played tape delay at 11:30 at night, their championship round, but still, it was bad.
Sure. If you call Dana White a commissioner, you can argue he's one of the best of all time.
If you call him a commissioner. Dana White sold, him and his partners bought the UFC as it was about to go bankrupt and was fledgling. They turned it into this cash cow. Him and his partners then sold it to a conglomerate, but then they didn't know how to run it, so they kept Dana on to run it. So basically, he still owns the UFC. He's just not the money man anymore.
Well, what about Tim Fincham, PGA?
But Don Beeman was better than Tim Fincham.
No, that's what I mean. But do you think Tim Fincham's been good?
Well, he's not the PGA tour. He's not the commissioner now. He hadn't been in 3 or 4 years.
Yes, I don't think he was a very good commissioner.
I don't think he was a very good commissioner of golf. No, I don't either. I think he got lucky. I think he had Tiger. So no matter what he did, he couldn't screw it up that bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he had Tiger. Fair. You know,
the LPGA's had some pretty terrible commissioners too.
They really have.
Nobody knows who they are.
They really have had some bad commissioners. But let's be honest. We all know who the worst commissioner is. Ever. Whoever happens to be the commissioner of the NCAA at any one time.
Yeah,
we know
they
that.
Don't really they have a president.
Same deal. He operates as the commissioner.
Who is it? Mark Emmert? Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. That's right. That's correct. Yeah, the NCAA. Can we just go ahead and say that the NCAA, it's just one of the biggest jokes.
They're in the Mount Rushmore of worst organizations on the
worst
planet.
Organizations ever.
Sports organizations.
By the way, I asked speaking of worst organizations, I asked somebody prominent in athletics, prep athletics in the Marion County athletics area, who they thought was going to take over at FHSAA, and why didn't they put their name in the hat? And the consensus was we need to get somebody in there that can take the reins and correct some of the wrongs that they've seen and everything, and that right now there's been enough damage done to the name of Marion County. It doesn't need to be followed by another person from Marion County.
There won't be anybody from. It'll come from
down south.
I have a feeling it's going to come from the St. Johns County area.
Oh yeah, I heard
what
that
I'm
too.
Being told.
I heard that too.
Told.
So,
we'll see.
But can that go down as the last as the worst organization in all of sports in the last 5 years, 8 years? Can we do that?
I had a conversation Saturday with somebody out of the blue, came up with me and said, "You go awful easy on George Thomas."
I said, "You obviously don't listen Monday through Friday at 8 to 9."
No, he does. He goes, "You give him a pass on far too many things." I was like, "Yeah." He was obviously joking.
Right.
But,
yeah.
He's just terrible.
He's not good. Not good.
No.
What was it? What was it back in the day when Sports Center was the most popular show on? You're not good.
No bueno.
I still love that. El Fuego.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile?
Yeah, today, hey, we're actually at the Walgreens out in Bellevue, so check us out there. But as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. We're doing a special promotion this week where if you donate, an organization that we belong to, America's Blood Centers, is donating some of the proceeds of it to the Ukraine. So if you want to support the Ukrainians, come donate blood and save lives.
Galen, talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, all.
Returning to Ukraine despite a raging war. The number hit nearly 23,000 on Saturday, making the most single day since Russia invaded 7 weeks ago. The United Nations says 4.5 million people have escaped the fighting so far, with 60% crossing the border into neighboring Poland. But it's estimated 7 million others remain in country, out of their homes. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told ABC News that U.S. intelligence indicated there was a plan from the highest levels of Russian government for its forces to commit atrocities in Ukraine.
That there was a plan from the highest levels of the Russian government to target civilians who oppose the invasion, to cause violence against them, to organize efforts to brutalize them in order